In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. A few short weeks later, he landed in the Caribbean. It changed the course of human history. Pretty soon, all the old world big boys, the Spanish, English, French, Dutch, and Portuguese were vying for positions of profit and power in the lush new world. Once the local inhabitants had been neutralized, hundreds and thousands of African slaves were shipped in to work massive new sugar plantations. As gold, silver, indigo, tobacco, spices, fruits, and vegetables flowed back to Europe, workers from as far as China, India, Scotland, and Scandinavia flowed back in, and each one of those cultures brought its native foodways along with it. As a result, the Caribbean became, well, not just a melting pot, but a cultural fission reactor, which gave birth to the first true world cuisine. For centuries, it flourished until the 20th century, and the influence of a new colonial power, the American tourist, rose up to threaten it. My mission, to push past the cruise ship buffets and chain food eateries to seek out true island cuisine, wherever it may be. It's a tough job, but it's one that needs doing. I'm Alton Brown, and this is Feasting on Waves. Hoist the colors! Day one finds us at 1720 north, 6245 west, roughly 1,267 statute miles southeast of Miami Beach, Florida, on the island of St. Christopher, or St. Kitts, named by Christopher Columbus as he sailed right by the island in 1493. Now, at that time, the island was populated by the fierce Carib people, but not for long. English settlers came in 1624, followed by the French a year later. By 1626, the Caribs were gone, wiped out in a particularly nasty battle at a place now called Bloody Point. Now, as you can see, it is a blustery morning overlooking Frigate Bay over in that direction. The capital over here, that's Basseterre. That's where we're going to seek out our morning sustenance before attempting to gain insight into St. Kitts' most historical food crop, sugarcane. Before the journey gets underway, let's say hi to the crew. Soundman Mike Clark and camera guys Lamar Owen and Ramon Engel are familiar feasting faces. But this year, we've added another shooter, Marion Laney, who will also head up underwater operations. Ooh. And here's a shocker. My longtime Good Eats producer, Dana Popoff, is here to handle logistics. And yes, she's a girl, so we'll have to stop cussing and start bathing. Oh, bother. We hop in our van and head to town in the expert hands of our local guide, Maynard, who describes himself as 110% Kiddishan, which is the word that folks from St. Kitts use when they refer to themselves. Now, Basseterre, unlike so many other Caribbean port towns, feels real, mostly because there aren't many pasty-faced American tourists wandering around taking pictures. Oh, wait a second. We're the pasty-faced American tourists, aren't we? Perched just over Basseterre's town square is Ballyhoo, which is West Indies for fast-moving schooner. In this case, it also means a traditional breakfast of salt fish. Can you tell me what's so special about the salt fish breakfast? Why is that such a big deal here?
It's a real local West Indian food. Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it? Do you?
Yes.
What kind of fish is it?
Codfish.
It's codfish, which doesn't swim in these waters, does it? All right. Well, I'm gonna eat my salt cod. Thank you. I've got some potatoes here. I've got the salt cod. Looks like some bell pepper, some parsley. And what do you reckon the sauce is there? As for the red stuff, I'm thinking a basic tomato Creole sauce, but there's only one way to be sure. Luckily, Chef Paulette Nichols doesn't mind visitors in her kitchen. A little vegetable oil, garlic paste.
Tablespoon, some garlic paste, peppers.
Some fresh green pepper.
Fresh green peppers, some onions.
And some thyme. You're going to save the thyme, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of medium heat there.
Mm-hmm. This is canned tomatoes.
Canned
Or you can use
tomatoes.
about 4 fresh tomatoes.
Okay, so that was about, what, 2 cups probably right there?
Yes. This is something that I grew up on.
You grew up on? So your mom?
Because this is the way that we did it at home.
At home?
Yeah.
So your mother taught you this,
yes.
and her mother did it as well?
Yeah, with the salt fish. We always do it like
You're smiling. You like that, don't you?
Yeah.
It makes you happy?
I am.
That it's
yes.
from far back?
Mm-hmm.
Paprika?
Yeah, a teaspoon
Hot or
of paprika.
sweet, or just plain paprika?
The regular paprika.
Okay.
And the sugar. 1 tablespoon of sugar to balance the acidity in the tomatoes.
Raw sugar. Most of the sugar you use here is raw like that?
Yeah.
Big crystals?
Raw sugar. Brown sugar. We used to grow our own, but now we're importing.
Well, there's still a lot of sugarcane growing around here.
Yeah, we still have a lot of sugarcane.
You can go out and harvest it and make your own if you feel like it. Some tomato paste?
Tomato paste.
A lot of tomato
paste. This is 2 tins because this is 2 tins of tomato paste, yeah.
Okay. Cup? Look, I mean a quart of hot water.
Yeah. I'm gonna add my other stuff here, which is, I have some 1 tablespoon of soy sauce.
Soy sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 tablespoons of red vinegar.
Red wine
cider vinegar.
Cider vinegar?
Yeah. And I have here my salt and the pepper.
About half a teaspoon of each?
Yeah. And I'm gonna put my thyme in.
Now the thyme goes last. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So by the time it's done, you have all this nice flavor.
Meanwhile, there's the fish.
Yeah.
You've already boiled
this,
a little bit?
Yeah, this has been soaked and boiled already. So you know you're cooking saltfish, you put it out whether the night before to soak.
Right.
Or early in the day, and you cook it, and then you pick it, clean it up.
So to soak it, you just stick this whole thing in cold water?
Yeah, and to get it done hurriedly, you throw some sugar in it. So
just put some sugar in it.
Yeah,
so
brown
sugar. Counteract
yes,
the saltiness.
The saltiness.
Do you have any idea where this fish came from?
No, well, as far as we know, it came down from Canada. And
have you ever thought about taking fresh fish from the marketplace and salting it yourself and curing it to make your own local saltfish?
No, I don't think, but it was something, the other day I was talking to somebody and they said, maybe we could try doing this and see how well it would work, because we do our own pork. We salt our own pork, we do beef and that kind of thing. My grandmother used to do that when I was growing up.
Yeah.
So this is it.
Canadian saltfish.
Yes.
All ready to go. That's about 1 portion's worth.
Yes,
right?
this is a portion.
1 portion. Mm-hmm. All right, thanks. We'll let you go.
Okay. All right, bye.
Thanks, ladies.
Okay, guys.
Sorry to invade your kitchen.
Bye.
The bountiful buffet of island edibles serves sub-seconds when feasting on waves continues. On our way out of town, we pass Bastaire's port and spot an open market. Mike and I take a stroll and are quickly overcome by edibles alien to the average American cook. Especially confounding are the provisions. That's a West Indian term that refers to any starchy root, tuber, or fruit that is meant to be boiled and served as a traditional side dish. Although provisions like breadfruits and plantains are easy to spot, terrestrial oddities like dashin, a starchy cousin of taro, edos, which are nuttier and tastier than potatoes, kush kush, a large yam-like device, and Christophine, the squash of 1,000 names, are a little harder to pick out. Not wanting to look stupid right out of the gate, I go with plain old carrots. After all, their vision-boosting vitamins will aid our risky night crossings to come. We're on the Atlantic coast of St. Kitts, and all of this rock is only 400 years old. Of course, it's nothing but dried lava from the eruption that happened here. It explains why this island has such a great soil, nice and light, loamy as they say, and that is why so much great stuff can be grown here, including the sugar cane that made this a central sugar growing region during the colonial period. You can't go anywhere on St. Kitts without hearing the rustle of sugarcane, and yet there is no harvest. Hoping for an explanation, I seek out an expert, Conrad Kelly. I understand that if anybody on this island is an expert on this grass, it's you. Yeah?
Yeah, I've worked in this industry for 26 years.
26 years.
And my father before me for 54 years.
In sugar?
In
the sugar business?
In the sugar business.
Now, this is not native to this island,
No, it was brought here in the 1640s. That's over 375 years ago.
By the British?
By the British, yes.
Okay, so they wanted to grow sugar here. And why is it that St. Kitts, more than any other island really in the Caribbean, ended up being just covered with this stuff? I mean, is there something about the soil here?
It's the soil. We had very rich, fertile soil. And, of course, the culture of the people was all towards producing this crop, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So once slavery was abolished in whatever year, most of the people that lived on St. Kitts were in the industry.
Yes. And at peak production, some 5,000 people worked here.
Wow.
You remember the population in St. Kitts is about 39,000, so that's a significant proportion.
That's a significant portion.
Yeah.
So what happened? I don't see any harvesting anymore. What's going on now?
The industry went out of operations in 2005 because the economic of it, the financial value of it had declined on an international level.
So basically you couldn't compete with in the global market.
Huge producers like Brazil or countries like that. Yeah.
Now you guys had centralized, right? I mean, at one point there were like 70 plantations?
Sugar, yeah, that's correct.
And then they all became one?
Yeah, because that, of course, was more productive. They constructed the sugar factory in the 1912, and with it, of course, a railway track, and all the cane...
Oh, that's that little skinny rails that was going in the alley. Okay.
Yeah, it brought all the sugar cane into
one place. So you became as efficient as you could be.
That's correct.
Do you still think that sugar has a strong effect on the culture here?
It is, yes. It's from a food value point of view, yes, it's consumed. You know, people still go for the brown sugar.
Right.
That's the sugar of preference.
In rum.
Yes, and produce rum.
Spirits.
That's correct.
You guys have a distillery here on the island.
That's right. That's right.
I hope to visit that later.
And molasses, of course, was a byproduct of the industry.
So you got miles and miles of this stuff still growing. How do you make money off of it now?
Well, basically, it's a heritage issue now. From within, it supports the tourism industry, and so a lot of the tours speak about what the history of the island is, and it includes sugar, the old mills, the crop, the railway track, the people, you know, all the structures and so on, all spoken about now on these tours.
All this sugar talk was making us hungry, so Mr. Kelly showed me how a real Kitishan eats cane.
Yes. Lots of folks do
Just
that.
as a snack or as dessert?
Just as a snack. In the old days, you know, it was illegal to be seen chewing cane.
Why was it illegal?
Because every stick of cane had a value to the owners.
Oh, so this was poaching.
That's right.
Cane poaching.
You had to get permission from the owners in order to get a stick of cane to chew.
For your daily cane.
My daily caning.
Yeah.
Now in Singapore, this is a very different kind of thing.
He's chewing on the hardest section of the cane.
He got the node. Did you bite a node? Didn't you hear the man say don't eat the node?
No.
Well, spit out the node. Del, you want some? So you're supposed to do it out of the side. So I did it wrong, didn't I?
You just chew into it and suck it out like that.
Okay, so it's better to do that than to bite off big pieces like we were. So we look kind of dumb now.
That's all right.
No.
We look dumb. That's it. So up on the hill by the airport, outside of Basse Terre, way down that way, we have the mango tree. Apparently this is a famous landmark, this tree. Nothing really special about it. The fruit isn't even ready to harvest, but underneath it there is something special. The restaurant everybody calls the Mango Tree, which is run by Miss Debbie, who apparently cooks at home, brings everything under the tree, and sells a working man lunch on weekdays. And I'm hoping that this is where we're gonna find, I don't know, there's a flavor that I think I'm missing that I want to make sure I get before I leave St. Kitts. Something, I don't know, I'll know it when I find it. I can smell this though, so I've got high hopes.
When Feasting on Waves returns, we delve into the movable Caribbean feast that is the Lolo. Up Main Road is a lunch spot called the Mango Tree, named after the large shady device that it sits under. Miss Debbie runs the place and does all the cooking.
Best lunch on the island.
Now, is that true, Miss Debbie? Is it the best lunch on the island?
Of course it is.
Come on.
Come from all over.
But I will say yes.
You would say yes?
Yes.
Good. I like a woman who's
I would
confident.
like to have some chicken.
Now, the Mango Tree is a LOLO, which some say stands for locally owned and operated. Thousands of such roadside eateries consisting of little more than an easy up, a folding table, a few chafing dishes, and a cooler feed the Caribbean on a daily basis. The food is good and hearty and unencumbered by details like health inspectors or business licenses.
It looks like she's going to run out before I get up there.
You think so?
I'm a little worried about that. She could run out of... Is that kind of dumpling thing right there? I don't know what that is, but I got to have some of that. So
That's green banana.
it's green banana, but that doesn't look like a banana to me. Does that look like a banana?
Well, you don't feel uncooked, so you're out of banana shape now.
Boil it in this can, and then you take it out, you chain your container, and you mash it
Okay.
with milk and butter, and
Now
then you
we're
boil.
getting somewhere. Okay. You better give him 2 napkins. 2. Because that's a lot of food. Am I next? Am I next? I want 2 plates. And I want everything. I want some of everything. I want conch, I want mutton, I want chicken, I want one of those big banana balls. I want rice and green. I want some everything on those 2 plates. Are you married?
Yes.
Is your husband kind of round? Yeah, he's round. I can see why. Because he eats this every day, I bet. Does he like your cooking, your husband?
Yes.
What about your children? Do you have children too?
That's 2 there. That's
2
Kishana.
of the children right here.
Yes, and that's Honey.
Now I know why he's got authority here. What should I start with? Huh? I'm gonna try this green banana first, because that doesn't look like a banana to me. It's the refried beans of the islands. It's like refried beans, only packed tight. I like that. Here, I'll try the conch. That's great. There's some mutton.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we can never get mutton in America. You like the mutton?
Yeah, it's really mild.
The rice and green? This is all great.
Wait, have you had the conch?
No, I haven't had any of the limited yet. Yes.
All right, really good. That's the best thing ever.
What is in that?
That's the best thing ever.
That's lemonade.
Yeah, but there's something else. That's not just lemonade.
Is it rum?
No, there's not rum. Eloise, you taste that and tell me what it tastes like to you. Eloise.
Lemonade.
Yeah, but there's something else in there.
Oh, you're tasting essence.
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 What is that? What does that mean? Essence. What is that? What is essence?
You know, like vanilla essence, mixed essence. People put it in cake.
Like extract.
Yes.
So it's lemon extract?
No, it's lemon juice,
Right.
freshly squeezed, sugar,
and
extract.
of what?
What did I make essence from? Help me.
Is it, I mean, vanilla, cherry?
It could be vanilla, it could be pear, it could be mixed almond.
Almond? You think it's...
Yeah. You could ask the cook.
I'm supposed to be able to guess. Intrigued by Miss Debbie's luscious lemonade, we invade the local megamart in search of the mysterious essence. Now, if you were in essence, where would you hide? Probably with the extracts, right? As always, the thing that we want to shoot is in the most hard to get at place. So let's see. We've got our mixed essence. We've got our almond essence. We've got our vanilla essence. We've got our pineapple essence. I got one of everything's pear essence. What I've got to figure out is what's the difference between essence and extract. Now, this is the local stuff that they make here, and then there are other varieties. And they have it next to the extract, so it's not exactly the same as an extract. So we've got one of everything. Very, very strange. So that's all we need, I guess. Arr! Thanks for helping, fellas. Let's go.
When next we feast, we quench our thirsts and lift our spirits with a local brew called bush tea. Since beverages are the hot topic of the afternoon, Maynard brings up bush tea, a hot infusion brewed up from a wide range of forageable plants, say for instance, lemongrass. So we're here on the side of the road. I have no idea where. We're where?
Sandy Point.
Sandy Point. And we've located on the side of the road here, Maynard spotted some lemongrass that we'd like to use to make our bush tea. Lemongrass, just like we use in Thai cuisine. They've got some. We're going to try to see if the folks that live here will let us cut some. Anybody home? Nobody home? Maybe they won't mind. What do you think?
Pick it out and you're good to go.
Think that's enough?
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, that's our other island guide, Dell Adams, a very useful guy to know in these parts. We got enough there? All right,
Yep.
Here, I'll take that. All right, we'll put this in the back of the van.
You can already smell the...
Oh, yeah, it's pungent. It's almost lime lemon. Yeah, definitely citrus. All right, so we got part of our bush tea array. So we have our lemongrass.
You could go with that and just boil that lot.
Yeah, but then that would just be...
But you want a cocktail?
I want the full bush tea. So we need either some soursop or we need some thyme, you know, or something like that. Soursop. Soursop, no soursop.
That's one between there.
Yeah, I see one.
Do you see one?
Yeah.
We're right up in there?
Yeah.
They're the fruit.
Yeah.
I bet we could reach these right here. How many leaves do we need?
I'm just putting 2.
Are we going to see funny things?
No, no.
That's the Jamaican version of bush tea.
If you want to put a baby to sleep,
Yeah?
you just get one young leaf, put it in some water, and take your finger.
And they'll go to sleep for how long?
couple of hours.
Couple hours.
So you can do anything you want.
You can do anything you want for a couple hours. This may be the most valuable tip anyone has ever gotten on Food Network. We finally know how to make babies go off to sleepy land. You just need to find some soursop. Probably available in New York. All right, then. Mission accomplished. All right, what do you think? Light or dark on the soursop? We got the young leaves, we got the older ones.
Throw in a bit of a mix. You can throw in 1 young leaf to 2 dark leaves.
Odd number.
Yeah, odd number. Always an odd number. I don't know why. It's just been passed down from generation to generation.
You were taught to make your bush tea with odd numbers.
Odd number leaves.
All right, there are 3. We're not going to cut those either, right?
No.
Those are going to stay like that.
You don't need the whole stalk, so you just need a leaf.
Okay, so we just like up this part?
Right, just break up that part.
Is that enough?
No, you need a bit more.
Okay.
You're going to need quite a bit more volume-wise.
I guess I don't really need to wash. Well, doesn't hurt.
Just give me a little run through.
The goats might have been frolicking in it. You know.
Well, then it just adds to the flavor.
Adds to the flavor.
Yeah, throw them at the bottom because these need to really infuse, get the flavor out.
Hopefully this won't explode when the hot water hits
Non-combustible material, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, why are you stepping back then?
Caution.
I understand. Yeah, err on the side of caution. I'm with you. This isn't a very complex culinary...
Nope, but it works.
kind of exercise, is it?
Yeah.
All right.
And let that sit for about 5-7 minutes or so. You're going to see the water start to turn green.
5 minutes. We're just going to stand around. Wow.
Smell good?
Smells great.
All right.
Smells fantastic.
Just
so,
give it a bit of a stir around just to...
give it a bit of a stir.
Right.
Well, I'm going to taste mine without first.
All right.
And then...
Don't burn yourself.
I don't think I need any sugar. It's good.
You good?
I'm gonna go with it the way it is.
All right. All right.
Have some, see what you think. It's there for whoever wants it.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
I can really smell the lemon. Yeah, I don't need sugar.
No. Cheers.
Amazing.
I'm all about the bush tea. That's what we'll attempt to make bush tea in every island that we go to. Only I'll probably pick something poisonous. Going to the boats. Boat 1, boat 2. Hey, Curly.
I saw you on the
How are you?
on one video, and you look great on a motorcycle.
You look good on a boat. Permission to come aboard. Thank you.
Come aboard. Come on aboard.
Thank you very much, sir.
So I'm here aboard the Chef de Mer, getting my first look at the galley. There's a lot more room here than I thought there was going to be. We've been trying to decide which of the two boats we were going to do most of our cooking on, and I like this one. We've got, of course, full refrigeration here. You know, it's all loaded full of stuff. Oh, and there's Tara. She's coming up. What do you call her? You call yourself the first mate? Are you the mate on this boat? Okay, she's the mate. We've got a convection oven here, which is nice, and of course we've got a gas cooktop. So it's kind of all the comforts of home. The other boat's got a full oven, but I think this one's going to be a lot easier to work in. Look, we have a dinghy, and notice someone's already been thinking about culinary matters because right there we've got some coconuts. We've got a real Mac Daddy grill here, which is certainly nice. So if we catch any critters, we'll be able to break this guy open and roast up some stuff. So that's a nice thing to have. Of course, fire on boats, always have to be careful with that. I think this is going to be good. I think we're planning on staying in port tonight because things like that are coming over the mountains here in St. Kitts, and we've got swell warnings. We'd rather not leave late in the day when things are nasty. So I think we'll stay put here the night, get the boat loaded up, get the cargo holds full of all of our shooting possessions, and then we'll be on our way at first light, hopefully. It appears that we have our first true kind of feasting on asphalt-esque issue, which, of course, in any of these ventures is weather. With motorcycles, you often just drive through it. But so what we're trying to figure out now is, see, from now on, when there's a big decision about production,
that's me.
We love you.
It's my company, but the money moves through. She's the den mother, because I'll make decisions based on just not liking something.
And I have to be practical.
For instance, when you said it was an option between comfortable weather and safe weather, I said I'm not really concerned with comfort.
Well,
we can throw up.
No, we like safety too.
We like safety.
Safety is number one.
Okay, while Dana gives her fascinating safety lecture, let's introduce some folks. Over on the left, we've got Curly. He's the first mate on the Bohemia. On the far right, there's Randy West. He's the captain of the Bohemia. And the hairy guy in the middle, he's the skipper of Chef de Mer, the boat I'll be on.
Saba tomorrow.
Yes.
And try and get that done.
There's gonna be a big swell, but we can get there.
That's on the French side, though, eh?
Yes.
That's on the French side. That's on the French side.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Well, here I'm filling out stuff because we thought we were going to be in Statia tomorrow, right?
Yes.
So if we're not, we go to St. Bart's. We could go to St. Bart's, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can. I have done nothing about St. Bart's.
Okay, so he lives there, and he does that. Speak that thing again.
I understand.
Beautiful beaches, topless women running around. Perfect.
So this point we can take.
Yeah.
And and you're with us.
Yes, I am.
So you're like the governor practically.
No, mayor.
Even better because the mayor's got the inside with the cops.
Yeah.
When Feasting on Waves finally sets sail, we ride the fine line between safe and uncomfortable.
Day 3, 5:30 in the morning, local time, Port Zante, here in St. Kitts, Basse-Terre. Weather, as you can see, it could be better. could be better, but we're getting ready to set sail, shove off finally. We will be heading to St. Bart's, completely unplanned, not a destination that we were shooting for. But that's okay. That's part of the whole feasting thing. We know this. We know that one of the crew members said it's expensive, it's French, there's good bread and pretty girls. It sounds like a pirate destination, only we'd have to loot a couple of galleons before we got there. Whatever.
served up in a dirty ashtray.
No. With a big basket of fries and a six-pack of beer. Man, it's actually making my mouth slobber even thinking about it right now.
That's a pretty boat. Nice lines. This is as upscale an island as is available in the Caribbean, I would say. Not exactly what I had in mind for a discovery point for real food. I mean, when the average boat size is, the Queen's boat, they're probably all langoustine salad and champagne. But and look, there's Brad Pitt now. I'm kidding. So we'll just have to see what we can find. Supposedly, the place that Jimmy Buffett wrote about when he wrote Cheeseburger in Paradise is here. So maybe we can find ourselves a nice expat sailor bar and find some honest chow. So is the legend true? The legend about this place, is it true?
Yes.
So Jimmy Buffett came here in 1970 something.
I think it was it could have been 78 or 79 after he did the Volcano album.
And he had the Cheeseburger in Paradise here at...
Eddie was cooking cheeseburgers right here, which is Marius's son, one of his sons.
What made the hamburgers so good?
No one else had hamburgers in the whole Caribbean.
So the thing is that it's a French island with hamburgers on it.
Exactly. And no one ever got that anywhere.
No. Arteries? That's what we talked about.
That's good, huh?
That's exactly what we talked about. Okay. It's a perfectly good hamburger, there's no question. You know what I mean.
Luckily, the bar at Les Select offers up a libation that is very St. Bart's indeed.
So, Michel, I want to turn these guys on to a tea punch. Well, I want a tea punch, you. Deux. You want one?
Sure he does.
3.
Trois.
4 for them. So it's dark rum.
Dark rum.
Cane syrup.
Cane syrup.
Lime juice.
Lime juice.
And Michel, you put an ice cube in each? Yeah, man. And an ice cube?
One ice cube.
Yeah, you got put a blaireau.
You got one in your...
What's a blaireau? What's blaireau mean?
A blaireau is actually a badger. But that's what they call tourists in Creole.
I'm not a tourist, I'm a traveler.
That's what they call us, travelers.
All right.
But they sip them, don't shoot them.
Yes, we'll sip.
Yeah, sip these. Huh?
Even Americans pick up something like this, we naturally shoot them.
Yeah. It's not a shooter. Huh? Cheers, Brad. Welcome ashore.
Hey, don't go spilling.
What do you think?
The cane syrup is really nice. It's very nice. I can see why you don't drink many.
Yeah, don't drink them too fast. Yeah.
Don't have any.
Tea punch. There's nothing tea about it.
Yeah, it's Creole for petit.
Petit, a little.
Yeah.
All right, tea punch, a little punch.
Yeah.
Tea punch.
Speaking Creole already. Cheers.
Again, cheers. Thank you very much. I'm glad that Mother Nature decided to. Mother Nature decided to take us away from. I didn't really want to go to Upstation anyway.
Ooh.
That was Dana that wanted to go there. I didn't want to go there.
Imagine that now. It's already bad here. Imagine it there. Oh my God.
When the feasting continues, Miss Jeanette's party in a bottle and a Creole buffet in a shell. This morning, Randy says he needs to visit his pharmacist. A friend of his with a van is pressed into service, and we head for the hills.
You're the president of your home?
Yeah.
Tell me how you work that out.
Oh, it's difficult, but
Are you married?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you? You're like a miniature corgi or something.
Chez Jeanette is a bar, but more important, it's a store where Miss Jeanette makes and sells a wide range of infused rums, which are as flavorful as they are potent.
Okay. Passion fruit?
Passion fruit.
Yeah.
Ah. May I? Merci. Yeah, that's passion fruit, all right.
In a box is good.
So I love the fact that Miss Jeanette can sell liquor in bottles with the that have already been opened. So I guess she just... So it's not just rum, it's true punch. I think what she's doing is she's steeping the fruit in syrup. The part she didn't want to tell us. She's steeping it in syrup, then adding the fruit to the bottle, then the syrup, and then topping it off with rum. That would make a lot of sense. On the hibiscus, she... Wow, that's interesting. She must be doing something to set the color a little bit. Again, the sugar might do that. So basically, I think Miss Jeanette's secret is sugar syrup, decent fruit, and a lot of rum.
Having stocked up on enough rum to power a spring break cruise, Randy turns us further inland toward what he claims is the best food on the island. The Wishing Well turns out to be a temple of Creole cuisine, where Chef Rolande is the high priestess. After a few minutes of sweet talk, Rolande agrees to whip up one of her local specialties. So some garlic and tomatoes go into a large pot, along with a mysterious spice blend that I still can't figure out. After stirring that around with some herbs for a while, she heads out to her lobster tank, full, of course, of local spiny lobsters, no claws, which is nice. And then,
bad day to be a lobster. Medallion?
Ça, c'est fricassé.
Fricassé.
Oui.
Fricassé. This looks a great deal like a dish from France called homard l'américain, which is a fricassee of lobster and tomatoes. Garlic?
Garlic, yeah. My mother, she have a restaurant.
Yes.
Guadeloupe.
Guadeloupe.
25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. I see my mother cooking. Yeah.
Learn from her.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to ask how old she is.
I want to know if she stays true to what her mother taught her or if she experiments.
Tu fais la même cuisine de ton mère?
Oui,
Le même.
la même, la même.
La même, the same.
The same.
C'est pour ça, le nom du restaurant, c'est la cuisine d'antan.
Ah ouais?
Ouais, la cuisine d'avant.
Ah ouais?
Voilà.
That's why the restaurant's known as like old-time food, how it used to be, like Mama's cooking.
Ouais, yeah.
So she's a historian. Ah, a musée?
Yes.
Edible musée? Is there a museum?
Puisque la cuisine créole maintenant a été évoluée et donc c'est pas la même cuisine.
I lost her at maintenant.
Oh, she goes, they're making Creole cuisine now that has changed, and it's not the same
C'est
thing.
devenu
It's not the real-
gastronomie.
Yeah.
Gastronomie, cuisine créole, do not good.
Yeah.
Me, I cooking the same food my grandmother, my mother.
Grand-mère,
Voilà.
mère.
I take my child, my cousin. De la génération en génération.
So she passed it down.
She's passing it
Yeah,
down?
yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
She's a witch.
OK.
Okay? Merci. Go ahead, dig in. Don't wait on me.
Oh, okay.
Is it, you like?
Yes, ma'am, I like very much.
This is a fricassé.
Ask her if she'd like to compete on Iron Chef America.
Si vous voulez de faire la compétition de cuisine au États-Unis avec lui?
Non?
Pourquoi pas? Non, je suis pas assez forte pour ça.
Our appetite sated with Creole crustacean, we haul our bottled booty back to the boats and pull anchor. If the weather holds, our next destination will be the island of St. Martin, the smallest landmass in the world occupied by 2 nations. My hope is that when you mix Holland and France and simmer in the tropical sun, you get some good eats.